getting a blow-by-blow from the court, that's why all right, where are we? I'm sorry.
Okay, now we're back to the local hearing. Local hearing, local law. To consider a local law entitled "A Local Law to Amend Chapter 209 Taxation to add Article X override of real property tax levy to the code of the Town of Oyster Bay, New York, to override the tax levy limit established in General Municipal Law, Section 3C."
Good morning, Supervisor. Good morning, Town Board. As the clerk has called, this is a hearing to consider a local law to amend Chapter 209, taxation, to add an article to override the real property tax levy to the code of the Town of Oyster Bay, to override the tax levy limit established in General Municipal Law, Section 3C.
Supervisor, I'll make a motion to adjourn the public hearing of October 18, 2016 to 10 a.m.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So moved.
Supervisor, I would ask the Town Board's authorization in light of the adjournment to publish a public notice in the Newsday so that there's notice of the meeting again on October 18th.
You need a motion for that? Or?
I believe yes.
I'll make a motion to move it to re-advertise music.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So moved.
Thank you, Supervisor. Thank you.
Mr. Altadonna.
Yes. I understand we have another, oh, no, wait.
No, we still have
No, we have to have it open.
another resolution.
No,
Oh, I'm sorry, you're right.
Supervisor, I move that we close the executive session, the board having taken action, and that we have approved settlement of an action titled Café El Dente of Oyster Bay Inc. versus the Town of Oyster Bay. We will need to suspend the rules to adopt a resolution authorizing the supervisor to execute a stipulation of settlement.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So moved.
Okay. We have a motion to resuspend the rules and add the following walk-on resolution number 546. Motion to adopt resolution to authorize a settlement of Café El Dente of Oyster Bay Inc. versus Town of Oyster Bay. On the motion.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Councilman Muscarela, second by Councilman McEnroe. On the vote, Supervisor Venditto?
Aye.
Councilman Muscarela?
Aye.
Councilman McEnroe?
Aye.
Councilman Pinto?
Aye.
Councilwoman Alessia?
Aye.
And Councilwoman Johnson.
Aye.
Motion to suspend the rules and add the following walk-on passes with 6 ayes. Now, may I have a
wasn't published, you want to read the resolution?
Yeah, good. Okay, this is Resolution 546 of 2016, a resolution pertaining to settlement litigation in the matter of Café El Dente versus Town of Oyster Bay. Whereas a civil, this is the body of the resolution reads as follows. Whereas a civil action entitled Café El Dente of Oyster Bay v. Town of Oyster Bay et al. Was commenced against the town in the United States District Court for the Eastern District of New York, and whereas after extensive settlement negotiations, the parties have agreed, subject to town board authorization, to settle the matter with a contribution of $200,000 from the town, and whereas as part of the settlement, the court has set aside all findings previously made by a jury against the town, and whereas Leonard Genova, town attorney, and Matthew M. Rose, assistant town attorney, by memorandum dated September 27, 2016, have advised and recommended that it is in the best interest of the town to settle the matter in view of prevailing law, procedural posture of the case, and the vagaries of litigation. Now therefore be it resolved that the above-mentioned recommendation is hereby adopted, and the town attorney or his designee is authorized to execute any documents necessary to effectuate the settlement and discontinuance of the action, and be it further resolved that payment of the sum of $200,000 is hereby authorized and approved by the Town Board of the Town of Oyster Bay as full settlement to plaintiff Café El Dente of Oyster Bay, Inc., and the Comptroller is hereby authorized and directed to make payment, therefore, with said payment to be drawn from account number TWNAMS 1910040106020000000. End of resolution. Oh, yes, anyone who cares to comment or discuss the matter with the town board? Seeing no takers, back to you, Mr. Altadonna.
Okay, may I have a motion to adopt resolution number 546? On the motion?
So moved.
Second. Motion made by Councilman Muscarela, second by Councilman McEnon. On the vote, Supervisor Venditto?
Aye?
Councilman Muscarela?
Aye.
Councilman McEnon?
Aye.
Councilman Tinto?
Aye.
Councilwoman Alessia?
Aye.
And Councilwoman Johnson.
Aye.
Motion to adopt resolution number 546 passes with 6 ayes.
I believe that now concludes the call of the regular.
That reread completes the call of the regular action calendar.
All right, Mr. Muscarela.
Supervisor, I make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, so moved to stand adjourned and ready to proceed with our public comment period. And first up is none other than our town clerk, Mr. Altadonna.
Thank you, Supervisor.
Oh my God.
Supervisor and Town Board, I would like to address the board and the supervisor to let them know of certain things that have been going on that have been directed towards myself and other members of the board, as well as the Italian American community. And I have a statement that I'd like to read. As the grandson of an Italian American immigrant and an elected official in Nassau County for the past 16 years, as well as a resident of this town of Oyster Bay, words do matter. I take great offense to any ethnic slurs directed at me or any person or group. In my opinion, Mr. Rip's email to me and postings on the web, on his Facebook page, and posters 1 and 2, is an ethnic and religious slur that should not be tolerated, and the nature of your comments should be exposed. Furthermore, you condone yet another ethnic slur, which appeared online in Newsday and Postal 3. I believe it says, rolling on the floor, laughing my ass off. Newsday had the decency to remove it, but not before your comments were posted. Now this weekend, I'd like to read another posting that appeared after the Italian Festival in North Massapequa. It says, no command center. The festival is really just a bunch of vendors selling shit. Carny games, rides, and Venditto's political booth. In my opinion, it's a legitimate festival that has been strong-armed into becoming a political platform for the Vendittos. If you are a fan of street food, go. I got a kick at watching the gang around the Venditto booth. They look like the crew of Donnie Brasco standing outside the social club. How did North Sereno arrange for the golf carts? I'd like to talk about the golf carts, because it seems that it always is, when it comes to the Italian heritage, that there's golf carts. I attended many events over this weekend. I attended Challenge Baseball where there was golf course. I attended the autism walk. I attended our beach cleanup. Town facilities were used at all of those, yet this continues to be singled out, and I am appalled. One would think that in this day and age, tolerance and acceptance would stand out as an important lesson from history, especially in the New York area, a true melting pot of diversity. And I believe we're a better country for it. I'd like to read into the record the definition of bigotry. A person or persons who ostensibly or intolerantly devote his or her own opinions and prejudices, especially ones who regard and treat members of a group, including racial or ethnic groups, with hatred or intolerance. Bigotry is a disease that eats away at the well-being of a community. I will expose intolerance in the town of Oyster Bay or anywhere that I feel people are being unduly subject to prejudice. I'd like to thank you for hearing me today, and I appreciate it, and I hope this stops. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Julie, thank you.
It's a duck.